You're welcome. Your name and what God has done. Straight to the point, right?
Good morning, Koinonia. My name is Chioma Ezekinde. I am so blessed to be here today. I give God thanks for Koinonia, first of all. I thank God for Apostle Joshua Selman's ministry. I thank God for the version of Chioma standing here today. Chioma that prays, Chioma that is on fire for God. I give God thanks for even transformation for the rest of my family, my husband, my children. I'm so thankful. God has blessed us. He has planted us here. And my testimonies are so many, but I will limit them to 3 of them. Beginning last year, 2024, Apostle was prophesying structural establishment. That prophecy was for my family. We entered the year with a lot of uncertainties. I had graduated from my PhD program 6 months prior to that and gotten a job and moved to a different city, and my husband was finishing up his PhD program. It was a very sensitive season in our lives, and we really needed God to help us navigate that. There are so many people that graduate. One would get a job, the other one wouldn't get a job. Like, we couldn't have done that by ourselves. But God's still leading us from January to buy a property, buy a home. I didn't like the school where we were zoned to based on the apartment we rented, where we moved to. And then we took a step of faith. Apostle had thought on responsibility component of faith. I just followed that leading, asked my husband. My husband was like, wait, until I graduate and get a job, and then we save up for down payment and then take the natural procedure. I told him, I think we have to get ahead. One day I booked an appointment with a developer, a building company in our area, and we stepped out, had that appointment, and the sales representative began to talk to us as if it was God talking to us. He said, this is doable. We didn't know about the process of paying monthly for your down payment. He even began to teach us how we can buy down our interest. So we were like, okay, let's go pray about it. We went praying about it. I asked God for a concrete, like, evidence, like something that shows me that He has brought us to this city to stay, and not like maybe after 1 year or 6 months, my husband will get a job somewhere else and we have to relocate, So I prayed and God answered me that week. First of all, at my job, I had submitted his CV to my provost. I had a meeting with my vice provost. I teach at a university. And the vice provost, after exchanging greetings, the first thing she told me was, oh, I discussed with the provost about your husband's CV, and she said he fits into psychology, and they're going to post a position there before the end of the year. That was in December 2023 anyway. Before the end of the year, they did that. And then the building company called me. The law that they had wanted us to sign that day, that we didn't conclude that decision. We didn't like it. We wanted a different lot. And then he called me and said, we can qualify you guys for this other lot. We are giving you a discount from $45,000 for the land premium to $20,000. So God has given us all the confirmation. We went ahead and signed the contract, and they started bidding for us. We signed the contract with just $1,000. They started building our home. By the time they finished the building, my husband had gotten the job. He went through the interview process, and during that interview process, Apostle taught us to always connect everything to God's program. I was walking around the university and prophesying and saying, in this land we'll win souls for God. And that is what God has done. Starting this January, Apostle also talked about gathering. We successfully registered a campus student fellowship. We are winning souls for God on campus. We are also discipling students, and it's a big one, because on our first day we had 10 students, and it's been growing. I give God thanks for that. I give God thanks for settling my family. Right after Apostle's birthday broadcast last year, I got a grant for my research that I didn't even expect. I had applied. I wasn't considering myself. It was just first year of my tenure track position. I got that grant. In addition to that, God gave us our permanent residence last year. He really established us structurally. New car, our children are in good schools. I give God all the credit.
Come on, celebrate Jesus. Celebrate Jesus. Bible says, thou shalt increase my greatness and comfort me on all sides.